What's going on, guys? Top Tier Gaming here, and today we have Trent, and he's going to be doing a deck profile on what deck?
This is Goblin Slayer. This is Gate Pan.
Alright, let's get into it.
Alright, so first up, we have 4 of this Goblin Slayer. So if you have 5 or more cards in hand, he gains +1 level and 1500 power, making him a level 1 3k. And also, neither him or his opponent can side attack, and he can also move into any open position on the stage that has a character opposite of it. So he's like he's a chaser, if you think about it. So this is like your main like level 0 game. It's pretty good. You know, you just run into something smaller than it. You know, they have to crash into you or not attack. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. And next up, we have 4 of this Goblin Slayer. So, on death, it's like an on death Akatsuki. So, on reverse, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, choose an order character, and discard a card. It also has an alarm ability. When it's on the top of your clock, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in the same order. So, in this deck, there's a lot of cards that top check, so knowledge is power. And also this works as an early play condition with one of the level 3s we play, so gotta run 4 of it. Next up, we have 3 of this Priestess. So she's the main brainstormer for the deck. So she's a pay 1 tap self search brainstorm. So, pretty good. You know, tap self brainstorms are good. Also, whenever you trigger check an event, you can give another one of your characters plus 2k. So, it's like a easy, you know, little power boost whenever you trigger check an event. You know, you run, you know, like 5 events in the deck. So, like, you're not going to hit it all the time, but when you do, it's just like a nice power boost. Next up, we have this cowgirl. So she's a climax salvage, so on play, discard a climax and salvage a character. You can also discard a torch and salvage a character, so nice little 2-in-1 salvage. Pretty good. Getting characters back is good. Next up, we have this Sword Maiden. So on attack, you can give another one of your characters plus 1500, so again, nice little easy bump, like you're not like really working really hard for. And also, whenever at the beginning of your encore step, if you don't have any other rested characters, you can pay 1 to rest her. So nice little pay 1 encore. And last for the level 0s, you have 1 of this cowgirl. So on play, you can top check. If it's an order character, you can add it to your hand and discard a card. And you can also, on play, discard an order character to draw a card. So nice hand filter. Goblin Slayer doesn't have like a whole lot of hand filtering, so this is like super good. Like, just to like up the consistency of the deck and, you know, maybe get things you need. So, good card. I would run 2 of it, but this card's kind of expensive. And I was unlucky with my boxes and I didn't pull any. I'd probably take 1 of these out for another one of this, but, you know, play with the cards you got. So that was 16 level 0s. On to level 1s. Alright, so first up, we have 4 of this Goblin Slayer. So if you have 2 or more other order characters, he gains plus 2k, making him a 106k before assists and climax. He combos with the gate, and on attack, you can either search your deck for a torch or salvage a torch from your waiting room. So pretty good, like, you know, 6k, you know, pretty big, you know, with assists, you know. He's a good wall. You know, the name of the game for Goblin Slayer is, you know, sustain and wall. So this is a pretty good card. Next up, have 2 of this Priestess. So whenever you play a climax, you can give 2 of your other characters plus 1k. And also on, so like another like easy to meet like power bump condition. And also on your opponent's turn, she gives global plus 1k. So again, makes your characters big on defense. You know, makes them harder to reverse. Pretty good. Next up, we have this witch. So whenever she attacks, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one to put in waiting room, and you keep the other one on top. So, you know, you can swing with this. If you see a climax, you can put it in waiting room. You know, you don't have to, like, with this you don't have to trigger a climax. And she's also a level 1 bomb. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Next up we have this Priestess. She's a 102k backup. You know, free 2k backups are good. That's why we run them. Alright, next up we have 4 of this event. It's called Torch. 3 of this torch, 1 of this torch. This torch you need an order character to play. You reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Choose an order character and put it in your hand. This torch you need a Goblin Slayer to play, and you can move one of your opponent's characters to any open slot in the stage. I like this as like a good like one of. I think it's a good tech, but honestly you can just like run 4 of this torch and like make the deck like that much more consistent. But I do like this as like I said, a good tech. But yeah, this card like really like ups like the consistency of Goblin Slayer. Just being able to mill like damage off your deck like on your opponent's turn. I just think it's really good. So yeah, for Torch. And that is it for level 1s. There are 14. Alright, on to level 2. We have 2 of this Priestess. So she gives plus 2k to level 3s in front. And she also bonds for the level 3 Goblin Slayer from the TD. And I'll talk about that card when I get to it. And then we have 1 of this Goblin Slayer. He's an anti-change backup. I believe he is a discard 2 anti-change backup, meaning he's ultimately a pay 1 discard 3. So it's kind of a steep cost, but if you play early plays, then you should probably run an anti-change backup or like an anti-change bomb. Yeah, so that's it for the level 3s. The level 2s, there are 3 of them. On to the level 3s. So first up, we have 4 of this Priestess. She is the early play if you have the alarm and clock. She gets -1 level in hand. On play, you can draw 2, discard 1. And she comes with the pants. On attack, top check, if it's an order character or an event, she gains plus 1500, and all of your opponent's characters get -1 soul until the end of their next turn. She also has the power boost until the end of their next turn. So nice anti-damage. You know, it really helps you like sustain like at level 2. Like if you drop like 2 of these at level 2 and get both of them off, you know, they have -2 soul the next turn. So unless you stay at level 2 for longer while still like damaging your opponent, anti-damage is pretty good. Next up we have 2 of this Goblin Slayer. He is like the main game ender for the deck. Whenever you attack an opponent with this, your opponent can't use backups. So, you know, he maybe only be 10k, but your opponent's characters aren't getting any bigger. And also, when he reverses a character on your turn, you can pay 3 to burn 2. So he's like the main game ender for the deck. You know, it's kind of a steep cost, but he's like the only game ender red has that doesn't require a climax combo. So you kind of have to, like, if you want a game ender, you're gonna have to run him. Next up, we have this Sword Maiden. She heals on play. She's a global 1500, and you can also tap her to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them in any order. So again, you know, a lot of cards top check. You know, this is just, you know, giving you more knowledge, and knowledge is power. And then last for the level 3s, you have one of this event. If you have a full field, you can pay cost, which is just pay 3, and you can bounce your opponent's battling character. So nice little anti-damage backup, pretty good. You know, it does have a downside. You do need a full field to do it, but still, you know, they get 1 less attack that turn. Just pretty good in general. That is it for the level 3s. There are 9. And then on to climaxes, we have 4 gate and 4 pants. This combos with the level 1 Goblin Slayer. This combos with the level 3 Priestess. So that was Goblin Slayer. I've been playing the deck a lot recently. I think it's really fun. I really like the show. Yeah.
Alright.
It's coming to English soon.
It is. Pretty good. So, yeah, this was Goblin Slayer. If you guys did like the video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. If you're looking for Weiss Schwarz content, we do upload every other day, so be sure to subscribe. This was Top Tier Gaming. Bye, YouTube.